On a day that will undoubtedly be remembered within the legal fraternity, the Bombay High Court delivered a powerful and unequivocal message about the sanctity of judicial proceedings. The court imposed a staggering cost of rupees 50 lakh upon a litigant who had deliberately concealed crucial facts from the bench. This decisive action was not a mere slap on the wrist. It was a resounding declaration that the pursuit of justice is intrinsically tied to the absolute requirement of truthfulness. The litigant, in a calculated attempt to gain a tactical advantage, had approached the court seeking an urgent order known as an injunction, but had conveniently omitted information that would have presented a more balanced picture of the dispute. The court's order serves as a stark and costly reminder that the pathway to legal relief is paved with candor, and any deviation from this path will be met with severe consequences. The case revolved around a litigant's attempt to secure an ex parte ad interim injunction, a temporary court order granted in haste and without hearing the opposing party, designed to prevent immediate and irreparable harm. To obtain such a powerful legal tool, the law places an immense burden of honesty on the applicant. They are expected, indeed required, to act as the court's eyes and ears, presenting facts that bolster their own claims and also those that might favor their adversary. The court, in making a swift decision, relies entirely on this good faith disclosure. The rupees 50 lakh cost is not just a penalty, it is a price tag affixed to an act of bad faith. An injunction is one of the most potent instruments in a court's arsenal, a judicial command that compels a party to either perform a specific act or, more commonly, refrain from performing one. It is essentially the court pressing a pause button on a developing situation to prevent a wrong from occurring or continuing, while the full merits of the case are adjudicated. For instance, if a company plans to demolish a historic building that a citizens group claims is a protected landmark, the group can seek an injunction to stop the demolition immediately. Without this urgent intervention, the building could be razed long before a final decision, rendering judgment meaningless. The injunction, therefore, serves as a critical shield against irreversible harm. The power to grant an injunction, particularly an ex parte one where the other side is not present to argue its case, is exercised with immense caution. The court is acutely aware it is deciding on a one-sided narrative. This is precisely why the law imposes an elevated duty of transparency on the applicant. They must present their own case vigorously and conscientiously, disclose material facts for the other side as well. The applicant becomes a temporary trustee of the truth for both parties. This duty of utmost good faith underpins the legitimacy of urgent injunctive relief. In the specific case before the Bombay High Court, the litigant's strategy was one of curated disclosure. While presenting a narrative that painted them as the aggrieved party, they made a deliberate choice to withhold vital information. These were not minor details, but substantive facts that went to the heart of the matter. The suppressed information likely pertained to prior communications, agreements, and previous legal proceedings. By presenting a carefully edited version of reality, the litigant secured the initial injunction. That gave them a significant, temporary advantage. The discovery of this deception did not occur by chance, but through the adversarial process. Once the injunction was granted and served, the opposing party could appear and present its side. At the subsequent hearing, the full picture began to emerge. The defendant brought the hidden facts to the court's attention, supported by documents and evidence that contradicted the applicant's claims, proving the court had been manipulated. The concealment became glaringly obvious under scrutiny. At the core of the court's stern rebuke lies a fundamental legal principle known as the rule of candor. This is not arcane, but a straightforward and uncompromising demand for absolute honesty from any party seeking discretionary relief, especially on an urgent ex parte basis. The applicant has a solemn duty to disclose all material facts, including those detrimental to their case. The court cannot be impartial if fed a partial, biased set of facts. The judiciary lacks its own investigative machinery. It relies on the parties and counsel to present the truth. Violating the rule of candor constitutes a form of fraud upon the court. When a litigant deliberately conceals information, they are not clever. They subvert justice. This erodes the trust foundational to the judicial system. A judge granting urgent orders without hearing the other side places immense faith in sworn statements. If that faith is betrayed, the order affronts both the absent party and the court's dignity, hence the heavy fine, to deter the practice of litigating by ambush. A mere vacation of a wrongful order is insufficient. A substantial monetary cost changes the calculus and encourages transparency. The doors of justice are open to all who walk in with clean hands and the unvarnished truth. How you approach the court is as important as why you approach it. Protecting the integrity of process is paramount, and departures face severe consequences. The imposition of a 50 lakh rupee cost order is a judicial act of immense significance. This figure reflects the gravity of the misconduct. Costs are not criminal fines. They punish abuse and deter future machinations. The court found the conduct mala fide, an intent to deceive. The amount measures the court's outrage at calculated dishonesty. Falsehoods waste resources and harm the opposing party. Punitive costs correct and cleanse the record. The message is chilling but clear. Courts are not a playground for tactical games. Financial penalties can dwarf the dispute's value. This decision transcends the case and stands as an enduring lesson on honesty and justice. It is punitive and profoundly educational. Approach the court with clean hands and a full heart, ready to disclose the entire truth. Any victory obtained through deceit is hollow and perilous. The judgment sends shockwaves through the litigation landscape. The court has recalibrated the risk-reward analysis. Candor is a strategic necessity. Always remember, the court demands the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, and it will punish those who dare to offer anything less. For the public and the bar alike, trust is the bedrock, and this order fortifies it. In the scales of justice, deception carries a price, and here, it is our 50,000